Well, let's go to Pittsburgh. Beth is listening to us, I'll bet, on KDKA. Am I right?
Yes.
And what is your question for Commissioner McDowell?
It's removed from what you were speaking of, but does the FCC control the sound, the level of, I guess it's called decibels, I'm not really sure, but it seems like anymore that the commercials are like, you know, break your ears and you go back to regular broadcasting when a commercial is over. I mean, you have to turn your volume down 3 or 4 notches just to be able to control it. Is that an FCC regulation?
It is not really, and there is legislation that's been introduced by Congresswoman Anna Eshoo from California that addresses this. Broadcasters, of course, are resisting it and want to try to work that out on their own, but we don't have the authority right now really to address that.
It does seem like they presume you've left for the kitchen and they want you to hear the commercial anyway.
That's right.
Hey, you mentioned the digital TV transition. Back momentarily with FCC Commissioner Robert McDowell, Holland Cook on the Jim Bohanon Show. The Jim Bohanon Show, what a treat to get the guest hosted. I'm Holland Cook, and what a treat to have FCC Commissioner Robert McDowell with us. Recently, you made headlines in the radio trade press saying something we're not accustomed to hearing from high government officials. You said that the government's collecting too much money. By your count, maybe, what, $20 million? What's that about?
Maybe even more. That's right. So the FCC actually is one of the few agencies that makes money for the American taxpayer. We charge the companies we regulate fees. Administrative fees, application fees, and that's in addition to the money we collect from spectrum auctions last year, $20 billion. Congress does give us money, but we end up paying it back. So we run the agency in about, I don't know, $320 million or so. I think that's gone up recently, but roughly $300 and some odd million. But for that money, you get $20 billion back. So these fees we charge, though, go into the Treasury directly, not into our bank account. And we continue to collect those fees even after we have met our budget for the year. And those companies that we regulate end up passing those fees along to consumers. So this is a tax of sorts, and I think we need to try to be as revenue neutral as possible, especially when folks are having a hard time paying their mortgage, let alone taxes.
Paying what they are, sure.
Exactly. So I've asked the chairman to look into that, and he said he would, and we'll see where it goes from here.
Possibly the best known, perhaps notorious commissioner of all time, appointed by John F. Kennedy.